Hi, my name is Josh Faught, and we're speaking in my studio in San Francisco. My plans for the Seeker exhibition are site-specific. I'm producing 3 sculptures for the San Francisco Columbarium, which is out in the inner Richmond area of San Francisco. The space is really unique in that it's 4 floors of vitrines, which they call niches or apartments, which house the cremains or the ashes of many of the people that are memorialized there. And for me, the space is really unusual because it's not particularly reverent in the way that you think about spaces of rest. There's a boombox playing people's mix CDs. There are fake snacks around the space, greeting cards, strange personal effects that people have chosen to be remembered by. One of my favorites is a gefilte fish jar and a Chinese food container that sit side by side as a way to house somebody's ashes. There are a number of events that are Meet Your Neighbor events at the Columbarium where you can actually meet the people that will be placed in the niche next to you before you pass away. So you can see if you have something in common with them. And I went to check out the space and it was just it was like nothing I'd ever seen before. There was something about this sense of levity and also this sense of sorrow that were somehow coupled with each other in a way that I'd never seen exist before. One of the magical moments about the Columbarium is the way that really ordinary objects can resonate on a deeply personal level. They can archive someone in a really idiosyncratic and unusual way that's so much more personal than potentially a headstone could. I think this relationship between reverence, levity, irreverence is always something that I'm kind of juggling in the studio. For me, the studio practice is something that's constant and continuous. The process of collecting is like the idea of buying the prom dress when you don't have a prom to go to right away. It's about holding on to or collecting objects or materials, and then when you kind of find the right moment to use them, or you can find the perfect kind of space to apply them, then that's when you use them. Some of the objects at the Columbarium are very continuous with some of the objects in my own studio. I'm incorporating a lot of fake foods, political pins. Some of the pins are completely apolitical, or they're just almost like flair that you would find at TGI Fridays. And there's also something about Halloween and the kind of undead that I like to think about in relationship to the Columbarium. There's a kind of campiness to Halloween that is also extended to the objects in the space, kind of straddling this space between irreverence and remembrance or memorialization. I guess a goal of mine in the studio is trying to turn irreverent objects, irreverent language into something that has some kind of gravity to it and has some kind of personal resonance. The process of having this show at the Columbarium is just as much about introducing people to the Columbarium as it is about introducing people to my work.